Mopar Insiders has announced that Dodge is accelerating the launch of their inline 6 powered Charger models, specifically the new 6-pack lineup for the Charger Daytona. But what if I told you a lot more is going on behind the scenes than just a faster production timeline because of demand? What if I tell you it is a combination of ridicule, Trump, and the EPA? It's that time of year again where you need to save as much money as you can to buy the gifts for everyone else and including yourself. So my friends at Just Bolt-Ons and Drag Racing Wheels have you covered. In case you need anything like exhaust systems, sticky Mickeys, catch cans, tonneau covers, whatever, my friends at Just Bolt-Ons and Drag Racing Wheels have some of the best prices online. And with my promo code BUTTER that you use at checkout, you can save up to an additional 15% off on your next order. So check out my friends at Just Bolt-Ons, DragRacingWheels.com, where some of the best prices online just got a little bit better. Now I'm over 36,000 friends and 61% of you guys not subscribed. You might be asking, why the rush? Well, Dodge's decision to push forward with these 6-pack models isn't just about giving fans more options. It's also about addressing some serious backlash that they have been getting from loyal customers on social media. For months now, Dodge enthusiasts have been pretty vocal about the brand's direction, especially the shift towards electric vehicles. Many fans feel as Dodge has drifted away from their roots. I mean, we're talking about a brand who built its reputation on big bad roaring V8s and not silent EVs. And the Charger Daytona, initially being showcased as an EV concept, a lot of people felt like Dodge had abandoned that classic muscle car spirit. And then they kept playing with customers' emotions with saying that, well, we could put engines in the cars, but it doesn't mean we'll actually do so. And then there were other BS press releases where others said that they were not going to put gas engines in the next gen cars. But Dodge has been hearing it loud and clear that customers don't want EVs without gasoline engine options. Just look at the comment sections of their forum posts or any other social media posts. Every time they talk about the Charger Daytona EV and even the Dodge Hornet, people are not holding back their feelings and their comments about these vehicles. Many fans are downright ridiculing Dodge for pushing the EV version of the Daytona, and they're demanding that the brand stays loyal to its roots. So this backlash is definitely one of the reasons why Dodge is fast tracking the launch of the new inline 6 engines. I don't buy the BS of demand. They know they're not going to have any demand for these cars, and now they are scrambling to get these inline 6 engines out quickly. I'm just going to scroll the comments of these posts on Dodge's social media, and you'll see how bad it is with just a handful of them. Now just imagine the last 2 years of every time they talk about the Charger Daytona, multiply that by that many times, and you'll see just how bad it has gotten. And like I said, remember, these comments right here are just from Instagram. I won't even get into like either the Facebook, the Twitter, the TikTok, the YouTube videos. There's a lot of people who are pissed off at Dodge with this EV stuff, but Dodge is getting clowned relentlessly. And now you can see why they are making social media posts about their last generation cars, which they don't sell anymore. Because I'm like, why would they keep pushing these last gen cars? Why would they keep pushing these cars at SEMA and stuff when they know they're not gonna make them anymore? And they're doing it because that's the only thing keeping the customers from abandoning the brand altogether. And OC Motivator called it right. Dodge should have came out with these Hurricane engines first, and here they are trying to scramble behind the scenes, and now they're behind the 8-ball. And TK called it as well. They're still promoting their last generation products because no one likes the current or future products that they have shown. Typically when somebody like GM or Tesla or whoever has an EV going on sale, they'll let you pre-order it. Now, I pre-ordered my Hummer EV, which still has not come 4 years later, and not a single EV that Stellantis came out with is available for pre-order. And that's because they are getting clowned online relentlessly about every EV, and this is one of the reasons why I think Dodge's 6-pack cars and their secret engine project I told you guys about last year is now on the fast track to save these multiple brands underneath Stellantis. Dodge is bringing out their new Hurricane inline 6 engines to give fans an alternative to the EV version of the Daytona. The Hurricane is a turbocharged 3.0-liter inline six, and Dodge is promising that it will deliver some impressive numbers. They're aiming to bridge the gap between old school muscle car that we all know and love and the future of cleaner, more fuel efficient vacuum cleaner sounding engines. The six-pack engines I personally don't see being a huge seller when Ford still has a Mustang with a V8 engine in it, and then allegedly they'll have a four-door version coming out sometime next year. Bad news for Dodge is that GM still has a V8 in the Corvette, a V8 still in the Blackwing. And honestly, if GM brings back a V8 in a cheaper two-door and a four-door car, whether it's a new Camaro, a Chevelle, or a rebirth for the Firebird, maybe a GTO or whatever, Dodge would be in a very tough spot until they get their V8 secret project up and running. With the 2024 election on the horizon, one major political factor is former President Donald Trump's campaign to roll back EV mandates. Now, Trump made it clear that if elected, he plans to roll back the EV mandates day one and give more freedom back to companies who make gas-powered vehicles. Now, regardless of where you stand on politics, this is significant for automakers like Dodge who are trying to navigate the shift to electric while also keeping their traditional customer base happy. If Trump removes the whole emissions fines and the emissions credit nonsense, nothing will stop Stellantis from temporarily putting these 5.7s they already have, the 392s they already have, and the 6.2-liter supercharged V8 engines back into vehicles for a couple of years. The fact that Dodge is accelerating the inline six launch might be an indication that they're trying to hedge their bets. Now, if the EV mandates are relaxed or even repealed, it would make more sense for Dodge to have a strong lineup of high-performance, fuel-efficient engines ready to go, especially if they don't have to go all in on electric, especially when they know the customer base does not want electric vehicles to replace their gas-powered monsters. So to put it simply, Dodge seems to be listening to their fans now at the months of losing huge market share and back-to-back quarters of negative sales. And that's not even just Dodge. That's literally every brand underneath Stellantis' corporate umbrella is having a bad year in 2024. Stellantis is hearing feedback that people want engines, not just battery packs, because it's literally on every social media post with their EVs. And they're also preparing for a possible political shift that can end up easing the pressure on them going to fully electric. This new six-pack inline six engine lineup for the Charter Daytona is Dodge's quick fix answer to get engines back into the lineup to try and repair the damage done by Carlos Tavares, the now, I guess, the interim CEO of Stellantis before he retires in 2026. And he also is the guy responsible for destroying the reputation that Tim Kniss has built over the years. And now Dodge will have to go beg customers to come back into the showrooms because $80,000 Scat Pack EVs are not going to cut it. And at the end of the day, I think it's smart, but this only happened because Dodge's tail was between his legs and they are literally left with no choice, trying to go back to customers who are not satisfied with this. And hopefully, just maybe, with all the stuff going on and all the ridicule going on and all the decreased sales across the board, they'll rethink all this EV nonsense and actually put engines in vehicles that we all like. But Dodge now has to try to satisfy both sides here. Those very few people who actually were excited about an electric future from Dodge, and those who want to keep their classic muscle car feeling alive from a brand that we all know and love. The new Hurricane six-pack engines are not V8s, but for right now, it's the best that they can do at the moment unless they make the decision to either use their old V8s, which should have upgraded years ago. Because I mean, you have GM and Ford investing a ton of money, and Stellantis should have followed suit and created a new V8 engine worthy of the Charger badge. So what do you guys think? Is Dodge going to do the right thing by fast tracking this inline six models for the Charter Daytona, or do you think it's just a band-aid solution? With Carlos Tavares out the door and Ford having an upper hand with new things coming out next year, Dodge better hurry up. Put the Hemis back in their vehicles for right now to bring back hardcore fans, bring back models like the Viper and the Challenger. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and until the next time, I'm out.